video, we are going to solve 620 paper 4-1 October-November 2020. Let's start. Question number 1, part A. This question is about elements: aluminium, carbon, iron, hydrogen, oxygen, silicon, sodium, sulfur. Answer the following questions about these elements. Each element may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Question number 1. Name the element that can be used as a fuel. So, hydrogen can be used as a fuel, or carbon can be used as a fuel as well. So, answer will be hydrogen. Name the element that forms an oxide with similar structure to diamond. So, you know diamond is a giant structure, and another giant structure you studied is silicon dioxide. So, here the answer is silicon. Name the element that forms an amphoteric oxide. Amphoteric oxide are those which have double characteristics. They can react with acid and they can react with bases as well. And one of the example is aluminium oxide. So answer is aluminium. Question number 4. Name the element that has an oxidation state of +2 and +3. So these are variable oxidation states, and most of the transition elements have variable oxidation states. This is an example of iron here, because iron exists in two variable oxidation states. Name the element extracted from bauxite. Bauxite is an ore of aluminium. So here again answer is aluminium. Question number 6. Name the element that has atoms with electronic structure of 2,6. So electronic structure of 2,6 means total number of electrons are 8, and 8 is the atomic number of oxygen. So oxygen is the right answer. Question part B. Iron rusts when it is in contact with oxygen and water. Question 1. Explain how sacrificial protection prevents rusting. Sacrificial protection, the word comes from sacrifice. What happens in this phenomenon? In fact, the metal which is more reactive than iron, that will lose electron instead of iron. So we will write more reactive metal than iron loses electron, or you can also write gets oxidized in preference to iron. State one other method of rust prevention. So one method is sacrificial protection. Another method can be painting. Question number 2. Zinc is extracted from an ore containing zinc sulfide. State the name of this zinc ore. The name of zinc ore is zinc blende. This ore is converted into zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is then reacted with carbon. Write a chemical equation for the reaction of zinc oxide with carbon. Zinc oxide, the chemical formula is ZnO. When it reacts with carbon, it forms, this zinc oxide will lose oxygen to carbon, so it will be zinc plus carbon monoxide. State what type of chemical change happens to the zinc in zinc oxide in this reaction. So they are asking about particularly about zinc. So chemical change is reduction. Why? Because oxygen is lost. You can see here from zinc oxide. Question number 3. Explain why aluminium is not extracted from aluminium oxide by heating with carbon. Because aluminium is more reactive than carbon. For this question, you have to learn the reactivity series, and then you can understand that which metals are more reactive than carbon and which metals are less reactive than carbon. Suggest an alternative method for extraction of zinc from zinc oxides. So other method is electrolysis, which is done for more reactive metal extraction from their ores. Question C. Brass is an alloy of zinc. Explain in terms of particles why brass is harder than pure zinc. So if you remember the picture of alloy, alloys are made up of different sized atoms. Because brass is an alloy, is composed of atoms of different sizes arranged in layers, that makes it more difficult for layers to slide over each other. Question number 3. Aqueous ammonium sulfate is formed with aqueous sodium hydroxide. The pungent smelling gas ammonia is produced. Balance the equation for this reaction. So before the arrow, they are the reactants and these are the products. Let us balance this. So before the arrow, nitrogen is 2 times. Let us put here 2. Sodium is 2 here as well. So we will put here 2. And let us count the hydrogen. Hydrogen is 4 to the 8 plus 2 10. And here 3 to the 6. So we have to make it 4 to become, let it become equal to 10. So it will be 2 here as well. So this is the final answer. 2, 2 and 2. Part B. A 2.8 gram sample of impure ammonium sulfate is found to contain 0.7 gram of impurities. Calculate the percentage of ammonium sulfate in this sample. So the formula is mass of pure product divided by mass of impure product times 100. So they told us that 2.8 gram sample of impure ammonium sulfate has 0.7 gram of impurity. So to find the mass of pure product, we will do 2.8 minus 0.7 to get the mass of the pure sample. So it will be 2.8 minus 0.7 divided by 2.8. Why we minus? Because this is the whole impure sample which is containing this much impurity. So if you subtract this from the whole sample, you will get the mass of the pure product. So answer will be 75%. Describe a test of ammonia gas. To test ammonia gas, we use damp red litmus paper. For any gas, we have to use the damp litmus paper. And because ammonia is an alkaline gas, so it will turn it blue. It turns blue. Question D. Ammonia gas is prepared at the front of the laboratory. The pungent smell of ammonia spreads throughout the laboratory slowly. Number 1. Name the process that occurs when ammonia gas spreads throughout the laboratory. So the process is diffusion. Explain using ideas about particles why ammonia gas spreads throughout the laboratory. So 2 marks question you have to answer. Particles move randomly from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration. Question 3. Explain why carbon dioxide gas will spread throughout the laboratory at slower rate than ammonia gas. So carbon dioxide will diffuse slowly because carbon dioxide molecules are heavier than ammonia gas. How carbon dioxide molecules are heavier? Let us see their molecular masses. So molecular mass of ammonia is 17, 14 plus 3, and molecular mass of carbon dioxide is 44. 12 plus 24 is equal to 44. That's all about this question.